Hello, thank you. Welcome to practice. It's Friday as we record, and well, everything's just crazy in the world. So that's going to affect us once in a while. And thank goodness for practices so that we can, feel a little less crazy once in a while, just for fun. Uh, if you have a bolster, you might want a bolster for this practice, or like a rolled blanket could also be helpful. And if you have a strap, that could also be good. We're going to do a lot of grounding. We'll do some stretchy things that could bring you some energy, maybe get on our feet a little bit. But I think mostly we're going to be down around here today on the floor. So have what you need to be comfortable. Again, maybe a strap, maybe a bolster, and definitely be hydrated, very, very well hydrated as we work on immunity today and grounding. When the body is dehydrated, the nervous system goes on alert. And this can make us feel stressed out. This can make our immunity drop low. So hydration, hydration, hydration. Find that for yourself. Take any movements or supports that you need to be at ease in a seat. And give a little press down into your seat, into your feet, into your thighs even, and use that rooting down to lift the heart. Let the shoulders rise up from that press, and then squeeze the shoulders on the back and let your elbows drip down heavily out of the shoulders. Relax the arms. As you feel comfortable to, close your eyes and bring the awareness to your breath. Play with extending the breath. You might do this first by way of extending the exhale. This will relax the nervous system and help to release more metabolic waste. And then notice how naturally the inhale comes in brighter and fuller. Again, just a few rounds of breath in that way, kind of resetting the breath capacity. It's always there, but we have habits, so we're just resetting that habit, if you will. Extending the exhale, squeeze, empty out, releasing tension, stress, metabolic waste, and inhale a bright, brand new, nourishing breath. And then let's see about making even more space for the breath, if you will. Follow an exhale and slide the hands forward to the knees and pull the navel back. Pause in the curling in and breathe into your back body. Use the exhale to pull on the knees, lift the navel, lift the heart, pour the pelvis forward and come into whatever edge of forward fold you like. Big inhale there, and as you exhale, pull the navel back and curl in. Still going a little slower than usual here. Inhale the back body. Exhale, up and forward. Inhale, and as you exhale, roll back. Just flow through this one time more into the forward. And next time you come into that forward, let's really come much further forward. So walk the hands forward, press your hips back and bow in. If the earth is far away, you could rest your forehead on the earth here. Here's also where you could pull a bolster into your feet and into your belly and use that bolster to give some pressure to help open the back body a little more, as well as a landing place. If your knees aren't happy in this cross-legged shape, then take a child's pose shape and hug into the bolster that way. I'll also demonstrate that just in case you need that. So in the forward fold, supported or not, or in the child's pose with a bolster hugged into your belly. And breathe your back body. We actually have much more capacity for breath in our back body than in our front, and we tend not to use it as much. So we can use this space when we're feeling short of breath or connected. It's often called a recovery breath, as we bring breath into back body. And bringing awareness into the back body can also help to calm the mind. So imagine the breath into the back so fully that you could imagine opening your eyes and seeing out of the back of your head. And now, either from that forward fold or from your child's pose, we're going to walk. So if you have a bolster, you're going to want to remove the bolster. And we're going to walk the hands over to the right. Bring the left hand on top and press into that left hand, reaching over through that left hip. Breathe along into that left side body. Relax the neck. If you can, rest your head on your arm or maybe a prop. Just side body breaths there into wherever that sensation arises. And follow any inhale to walk through center. You could even pause in center a moment and just notice the difference in the sides just from that little bit of side breath. Take your time. When you're ready, you can walk all the way over to the left side, right hand on top, and press across into that right sits bone. Relax the head where you're able to. Breathe your right side body. Take your time. When you're ready, come on back to center. Press the hips back. Inhale, and as you exhale, drape on up. Take pause, sitting in your cross-legged or Virasana, hero's pose seat. Bring your spine back into space a little bit with the awareness inward. And feel all those areas that you just opened for more breath. How do things feel different right now? Back body, side bodies, breathfulness. And let's walk on out to the belly. So we're going to come to lie down on your belly and point your toes straight back. And lengthen all the way out. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders. You could even rest the forehead for a moment and just give your shoulders a little roll around. You can roll one and then the other, both at the same time. Just feel what's sticky in there, what feels good. And as inspired, with the hands under the shoulders, roll the shoulders down the back, pull the elbows back, give a little pull with the hands, push into legs, pubic bone and sacrum, lift your heart, lift your navel, come open into cobra. Drag the heart forward with any exhale, lower back down to the earth. So you could stay up or just pulse with the breath. Really use the snake's tail, that pressing down of the low body to help lift the upper body. So it's not so much a push-up, the hands are very light. This is a breath practice. Let it be breath practice first and last. So make the movements even slower and smaller if you need to, in order to be breathful. Exhaling to empty. It could be helpful also to make an audible breath. So maybe that Ujjayi breath, a slight closure as you inhale in the back of the nose and throat. And as you exhale, there could be a sigh, toning, lion's breath, horse lips. Next time you come down, let's rest the forehead again and interlace the hands on your sacrum, or just push your sacrum down. Press the sacrum down so much, maybe you feel everything else get a little lighter. Lift the elbows and shoulders to the sky. When you're ready, pull the hands up and back towards where ceiling and wall meet. Push into sacrum and pubic bone even more strongly. Inhale, maybe the legs lift as the chest lifts. Exhale, you could lower back down. Let's take a few more breaths. At the top, we're inhaling, pulsing open. Exhale and melting down. Once again, as you come to the earth, release the hands and open the elbows wide, so the whole length of the upper arm bone out to the side, with the fingertips right under the elbows. Pull on the fingertips, hollow out the palms, roll your shoulders on the back, push down through that snake's tail again. Inhale as you blossom open, and exhale, spin one shoulder towards the ground as you rotate. Look off over the other shoulder. Inhale and spiral open. Exhale, spiral to the other side. Let your breath lead, side to side, strong legs. Spiraling spine. Once you feel even on both sides, let's just open up in center and back to your belly. Let's just continue with the shoulders a bit here. Extend the right arm straight out to the side from that shoulder, palm down, and press into the left fingers as you step the left foot behind your right knee. Roll open into that right shoulder. The front fingers can stay there, working the top shoulder on the back, or the back of the forearm can push in, bounce that shoulder on the back, or maybe reach back for the top ankle or foot and kick it back towards the bottom hand. Ears in line with shoulders, lift the heart. Have the head on the floor, as close to the floor as you can, supported by something, so the neck will relax. Maybe another 4 or 5 breaths here. If it gets too tingly or intense, soften it a bit or adjust as you need to get breathful here. Ideally, this is a delicious place, so no forcing. Melting, a few more breaths. You're welcome to stay longer if you like, of course. If you've got a hold of that top ankle or knee, or foot rather, you might slowly draw the knees down and together. So drawing that top knee down and together with the bottom one, you could get a neck shoulder traction in there while holding the ankle or foot. Stay with that or roll on out back to the belly. Give your shoulders a little roll around, your neck. Everything nice and fluid as you just feel into the space you've made there. And when you're ready, let's go into a second side. Left arm out to the side, palm down. Press into right fingers, step right foot behind the left knee and roll open. Whatever variation of the arm is right for you on this side, could be different. Whatever helps you get that shoulder on the back the most. Align the ears with the shoulders as much as you can. And relax the neck or support yourself to where you can. As you find your breathful edge in the pose, then the breath into those sensational areas. Again, stay longer if you like, or if you've got a hold of that top ankle or foot, maybe draw the top knee down and together with the bottom one. Pause to stretch out that jaw, neck, shoulder connection. Stay with that as you like. Or roll on back to the belly. Roll the shoulders out. Open up cobra. Turn the toes under and press back into child's pose. And press back with the toes under to stretch your feet out a little here in this one, as well as you might give your tail a little wiggle, wag, and breathe. And a nice counter pose to all that back bending. You might also flow the arms back and hold one wrist with the other hand on the low back. If you'd like to, you can release the toes. We are going to get up in the legs soon, so this could be helpful, and also, it can be a little less comfortable here. And we'll take 2 or 3 more breaths in our child's pose. Maybe switch hold of the wrists and just receive that grounding weight. And again, breath and awareness into the back body. And next inhale, slide the arms forward and the hips back. Exhale, lift from the navel and come up onto hands and knees. You can give your toes a love tap out if you need to there, if that feels like a strain. And then claw the fingertips to the earth. Pull the shoulder blades towards the hips. Melt your heart down to the earth between the shoulders as much as you can. Inhale, toes under again. And exhale, pull the hips back to the heels. And then up and back to the sky, slowly straightening the legs. And you could play here with bending the knees deeply. Pull the hips back to the heels. And inhale, straighten the legs out once again. And maybe you're pulsing in and out of a tuck and down dog, or even pause in child's pose and come back to down dog when you're ready. We want lots of strength here in the legs and the core so that the blood doesn't rush to the head, as we're going to stay in downward dog or pulse in and out of it another 3 or 4 breaths. When you feel complete there, walk on into forward fold in the way that's right for you. Maybe shake the hands out or stretch the back of the wrist. Give your shoulders a little shimmy, shake out, relax your neck. Bend the knees as much as you need to pause in the forward fold and invite some release of the lower back. Heavy head, soft neck. And we'll focus a bit more on immunity here. So I'm going to invite you to a little bit of play with some meridians and acupressure points. We'll combine them into our yoga moves for a bit here. So if you will, bring a little pressure to the inner and outer base of your big toenail. So you could use your 2 fingertips or thumb and first finger knuckle, and just give some pressure there into the bottom, inner and outer corner of your big toenail. Give it some weight, some pressure. If it's sensitive, well, then you know you need it, or you know you're in the right spot. So we're going to move from these 2 points now to inside of the big toe. So the inseam of the foot, if you will, moving along down the inside of the foot to the big bone there. And then moving along from there with lots of pressure this whole way to the inside upper edge of the arch. So you're just following the inside of your foot with some pressure along the arch. You could bring your thumb to hook around the outside of the ankle bone and also find a meridian point there. So we're working with lots of the organs of cleansing, filtering, digestion here, pressing into the outer foot. The inner foot rather, sorry to confuse you. And then as you come underneath that ankle bone, you're going to just come up, give a little pressure. Even right now, take the whole hook of your thumb and first finger and wrap it around the front of the ankle and squeeze. So now we're also getting a little pericardium here, pressing strongly through the hands. So there's pressure in the hands, in the feet, in the ankles. Fingers can be pressing up on the arch of the foot. Relax the neck. Big breath. And we're going to pull up with the fingers now, strong fingers. I like to have the legs close enough together here that the backs of the wrists and palms even could press into one another to help give more pressure of the fingers to the inner inseam of the foot. We're going to slide up back past that ankle bone and keep pressing in and slowly draw up the ankle. Keep pressing in, slowly draw up the inseam of the leg. Keep pressing in, slowly drawing up the inner thigh. All the way up, up, up. As you come to center, we'll split and give a little press to the inner front thighs. And then pull up from there. We're going to keep coming up. And we're going to come all the way up to below the apex of the bosom here, or your chest. So we're coming to like an inch and a half or maybe 2 below. Start to palpate around beneath your nipple, if you will, an inch and a half or 2. You're looking for a point between 2 of the ribs that kind of makes you go, oh, and that's when you know you've got it. So palpate around till you find a tender spot and rub and breathe into that. You can give whatever level of pressure is right for you there. Continue to palpate around gently, slowly, but with firm pressure. Wherever it's most intense, well, that's usually where you need it the most. So pause and breathe into it. Optionally, or also, you could tap this spot and breathe into the tapping, especially if the press feels like too much or it's kind of fatiguing for your hands or whatever. Oh, wow. Thank you. And then we're going to come around to beneath the armpit. We're going to go about 4 inches or so beneath the armpit. And again, between 2 ribs here. And we're seeking out another little point of sensation. You'll know you found it when you might want to run away from it. That's the spot. Maybe slow it down. Give a gentle, firm press into it and breathe it. Again, you could stay with the press or tap there. And then we'll come up to the thymus. It's kind of this, for some of us, kind of like a little chicken chest thing. It's called sometimes that little bone that sticks out in the center of the chest. Yours may not stick out so much, but if you were to go up from the nipples and down from the clavicular notch, kind of a point of a triangle there. Yeah, just palpate around that area. This one's more about a tapping. We'll tap the thymus, but you may also find little points on either side of it, or on either side of that center bone. This whole area is the area of the thymus, and let's just tap and breathe into that. I don't know if you can hear all that noise out there, but I live downtown Oakland. Slideshows are becoming a thing. I saw there's Sideshow Olympics now. It's a little crazy out there. And we'll bring the hands up to the clavicle. So the collarbone, and beneath the collarbone, you could even take your hand just like that and bring the thumb and middle finger just beneath the collarbone. And there's 2 kidney points here that can also be really energizing points, and as well as helping that kind of filtering work of the kidney. And press into those 2 points, kind of circling or just pressing, and we'll wiggle and breathe. You could also just press 10 or 15 seconds or so and breathe into that. And then go ahead and release that when you're done. Again, you could tap it or sweep clear, shake out. All right, let's just do a little tiny standing flow, and we'll just kind of move energy along all these lines, and then we will come to lie down and use our strap and bolster and all that. So I'm going to invite you into a wide-legged stance now, and first you could just parallel the feet, hug feet to earth, muscles to bones, and we'll extend the arms out and squeeze shoulder blades together in the back. If the shoulders feel tired at all at any point, you can lift the arms higher, pull everything up and into center like you're just plugging these rays of light into your heart. Big inhale here as you lift your heart bright, and as you exhale, let's bend the right knee and pivot to the right. Open the arms straight out from heart center. Reach out through the fingers. Active hands here. And keep that front knee deep and wide. Ideally, the knee is over the ankle and the thighs moving towards, parallel with the floor. Inhale, stretch out, and exhale, sweep and reach that left arm to that right hand. And then reach past that hand and curl your fingers in. And make this right hand really active and strong. And the left hand is pulling back along the lung meridian here, along the inside of that arm, along the chest, opening up, pull back like you're pulling a heavy bowstring, and then let's lift it up to the sky and send it out. Bring the back hand down the back leg, front arm up and over, and breathe, dancing warrior. Big inhale, feel your feet. As you exhale, lift from deep core, come up. Inhale, straighten the front leg and reach forward as far as you can, deep groin, and then fingertips to shin, block, or earth. If you can here, hold the ankle, and let's bring the pressure into that bottom hand to roll bottom ribs, face chest to the sky. And let's play here a bit. So any triangle that you like, or reach that top arm past the back foot, and little roll around there, the neck, shoulder, jaw, hands. Stay with that, or reach that top arm forward over your head, long side body stretch. Big inhale here. Feel your feet. As you exhale, hug in and rise up back to your warrior 2. Inhale bright in warrior 2. As you exhale, swoop the heels in and the toes out. Cross the arms over and sink in Devyasana. Bring the hands to the thighs above the knees, fingers pointed down. Press the thighs wide and move your seat back, your heart forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, press one thigh away as you pull the navel back, spiral looking over the other shoulder. Take your time. Follow your breath. Inhale, open back to center. Exhale, press and spiral, other side. Let your breath lead. We'll go twice again to each side. Once you're done, back to center, Devasana. Inhale, Superstar, Tadasana. Exhale, left knee bends, pivot, Viratu, second side. Sink in. Find your alignments in your breath here. When you're ready, strong, active hands, open chest. So reach back past the heart a little bit. Open chest, spread those fingers out. Inhale, right, and reach with your exhale, that right arm past the left fingers as they spread wide. Stretch past them, grab that heavy bowstring and curl the fingers in and pull actively along that inner arm, all the way along the inner arm, along the chest with pressure. Lift up to the sky as you move towards a back bend. And right arm down that back leg, push in, front arm up and back overhead. Front knee stays deep and wide, and big breaths into the bottom tip of that left lung. Big inhale as you exhale. Come on back up to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach forward as far as you can, deep, deep groin. And then fingers to shin, block or earth, or maybe you're going to strongly hold that ankle, getting those meridian points again, and roll the bottom ribs, face chest to the sky. Once again, you might reach that top arm past the back foot. Let the bottom ear drop heavy to the top shoulder, or bottom shoulder, excuse me, and roll the head, the shoulder, the mouth. Any little movements there to open that side jaw, neck, shoulder connection. And please stay with that as you like, or reach that top arm forward overhead. Get the side body long, long, long here. Big inhale, stretch it out. Feel your feet as you exhale, pull up, warrior two. Inhale as you exhale, sweep through center, heels in, toes out, cross over, and let's come back down into that long spine, fingers pointing down, hands to thighs, feet back, heart forward. Inhale, and as you exhale, spiral. You could pulse in and out as we did last time, or maybe play with turning the fingers towards the sky on the hands that you're turned away from. Play with rotating those fingers to center, and then up to the sky maybe. See what's there. Take your time, follow any breath to the other side. Find that lengthened center first. Once you complete there, open center. Take your time. Back to goddess. Back to star. And we'll clasp the hands behind us, open heart, and forward fold. In this forward fold, you can work the clasp by the hands overhead. You can bring your hands to your low back, play with massaging any points or tensions, or come back down to the earth, hold your ankles again, and bow in. You could rest the crown of the head on the earth or block. And just take some time in the forward fold. You could stay still here. You could play with twists here. You could play with headstand here. Lots and lots of ways to play from this shape. What's right for you today? You've got another 3 or 4 breaths in the forward fold, or a sneak peek. If for any reason this isn't for you anymore, just lay down. We're going to meet laying down in the next few breaths. Also, if you'd like to, on the way to lying down, you could flow through a very mindful, slow and breathful vinyasa. As you come to lay down, whenever you get there, no rush please, grab your strap and just have it within reaching distance for yourself. As you come to lie down, hug your knees into your chest. And give a little rock and roll into your spine. Once more breath, awareness into the spine. Soft jaw and tongue. Hug the right knee in. And extend the left leg along the mat. And go ahead and grab your strap. We want to just have the strap without a loop, just fold it in half. So one long strip of fabric eating, folded in half with the center of that fold cradling beneath the ball of the foot. And as you're ready to, extend that leg towards the sky. Wrap the hands on the strap far enough down so that your scapula can completely rest on the earth. Pull on the ball of your foot and at the same time push the ball of the foot back into the strap and play with that. Pull, press, pull, press, pull, press. Little flex and floint here. You want to keep the toes drawing back so it's not quite a point. Flex and floint. Soft jaw and tongue. Feel the weight of that leg land into the back body. You could also just hold steady here with a little balanced action of flex and floins happening at the same time. Feel how the nervous system relax. You may want to sigh or yawn as the weight of that leg lands into the back body. Stay with that as you like. Or take both sides of the strap into the right hand. Bring the strap around the outside of the right knee and hand it on over to the left hand or both hands as you pull from the inside of that left knee. So you're externally rotating the right femur, right toes turn out to the right. And then anchor the left hip and thigh down with the left hand. Open that right leg out to the right, up and over as much as you can so the toes point towards the earth and actively reach through both heels. And soft mouth and deep full breath. If you don't have a strap, sorry I didn't cue that, but you could also just hold the leg straight up, play with the point and flex, and then open it out to the side, holding the inner thigh, calf, or heel. Stay as you like in the openness, or use your arm strength to pick the leg back up so those muscles stay relaxed. And when you're ready, unwind the strap from the leg, hold it with the left hand now, and bring the right thumb to your right hip crease. Push that hip down, femur, thigh bone down, away from the ribs. And try to keep that length in the right side waist. Feel your sacrum strongly imprinted on the earth. Press it down. Now, if you don't have a strap here, it's a little trickier, but you can do this. Just really keep the sacrum imprinted as you slowly take that right leg with the toes spread and excited and drawing back just part way across the body. At first, only go as far as you can with the sacrum fully imprinted. That's where you'll find the most excitement in the outer leg. Soft jaw, breathe that stretch. And stay with that as you like, or keep lifting that leg up and over, slow and steady to your left as you keep shifting that right hip down away from the ribs. So that right side body is really long. You could even stretch that arm up and then open to get the right side body really long. As needed or desired, you could bend the right knee and hold the knee rather than the foot or your strap. Otherwise, just find what's right for you. Long, long spine, roll onto that right ear, and play again with extending your exhales. You might even sigh them out, tone them out. Letting go, breaths there. Stay as you like, or bend both knees as you come back. Right ankle over left thigh. You might first just come to land on the back. Push the head of the femurs away with your sacrum on the ground. Ground and stay there as you like, or pick the setup of the legs up. Interlace the hands around the back of that left thigh, threading through center and around the outside of that leg. And pull left thigh in as you ease right thigh away with your elbow. Actively draw those right toes back and rock and roll it around. So there's also lots of immunity, digestion, and energy that can come from core work. But if it is a day when you're feeling really taxed or drained, or you're on your moon or whatever, it's not really a day for core work. So I invite you to feel right now whether you want to just stay in the hips and more mellow, or whether it might be beneficial to add core work. Breathe and inquire of your body. You're likely not to get words, but an impression of whether or not there's a yes. If it's a yes, then interlace the hands behind the head. Keep that ankle and knee squared. Exhale, pull bottom thigh back as you pull navel back, sacrum and shoulders up. Inhale, open, and exhale, curl. And just a few more breaths wherever you're at. Once you're complete, take your time. You can just step the feet wide, knees bent, and just breathe. Knees side to side a little there to get a massage in the outer hips, and a little wash of the lower back, a stretch of the groins again. And stay with that, or when you're ready, we'll go to the second side. So grab your strap with that middle point fold. Hug the left knee in, extend the right leg along the earth. Strap up, cradling beneath the ball of the left foot. Slide the hands down or wrap the hands. Pull the shoulder blades onto the earth and down the back. Pull the ball of the foot towards the face and then push it back into the strap and pull, press. Playing a little bit with those opposite actions. A little flex and float. Let a sigh or yawn happen if it wants to. Relax the mouth. Relax the shoulders. And please stay with that as you like. Or when you're ready, you could just pull down, grounding a bit, not forcing, just grounding the weight of the leg into the back body. Receive that weight. Imagine some ease into the back body. When you're ready, let's take the strap outside the left knee, behind the left knee, and give a little pull. Externally, rotate the femur, turn the toes out to the left, and then open that left leg out to the side, toes pointing down, anchor that right hip and thigh to the earth. Reach actively through both heels. Deep breaths here. Please stay with that as you like, or use the strength of your arms to pick the leg up. Unwind the strap from the leg, keep it on the foot, and hold with the right hand. Left thumb to the hip crease, push that femur down away from the ribs. Keep that length, press your sacrum into the earth, full imprint. Keep that full imprint as you slowly begin to draw the left leg across the body, only as far as you can go without any of the sacrum popping up at first. Really have those toes spread out as you do this. Drawing back. Stay there as you like, or slowly take it across body to the right. And keep that left side body as long as you can. Hip keeps shifting down. You could bend the left knee if you like, hold the knee, hold the strap, or maybe your foot. Long spine. Roll onto that left ear, palm up, shoulder down. Stay as you like, or when you're ready to come back, bend that top ankle over the bottom thigh. Again, you might just land on the back first. Push the femurs away, long spine. Ground there, or pick the legs up. Interlace behind the right thigh, pull back as you ease the left thigh away and draw those toes back. Soft mouth and breathe your hips as you pull, press. Maybe rock and roll around. And stay just with this hip opening breathfulness, or as inspired, maybe interlace the hands behind the head and add some core. What's right for you right now? Please continue as you like. Stay as you like. Or move slowly into any final resting shape. Encourage a little happy baby or a little forward fold on your way there. You might come into a seated position. I am going to invite a short balancing breath practice before we're done. Don't mind me as I comb my hair here. And take your time, making your way through any elastic movements into a final resting shape. meaning Shavasana, a supported restorative shape, or maybe a seated meditation shape. You might use your bolster under your knees if you're lying down to give those knees a little lift so the weight of the femurs go into the back body and help relax the low back a bit. Again, with that, always helping to ground the nervous system when we bring weight and awareness into the back body. As you come to land, if there's any residual tension or busyness, you might inhale, hold it, squeeze it, exaggerate it. Inhale, inhale, tense, tense, and exhale, melt, melt, melt. Melt into this supported shape. Feel your breath. And play once more with extending the exhale to calm and land and ground. Pause in the emptiness. And then when the inhale wants to happen, just let that inhale happen. Pause in the fullness. And let the exhale again melt away any tension or busyness. Pause in the emptiness. I'm going to invite you now into the 4 seasons breath. This is sometimes called a box breath or square breath. I much prefer the imagery and a reminder of the cycles of life that the 4 seasons breath invites us to. You could use a count or a mantra. Or a count to about 5 or 6 seconds long. Shorter if you need to, please, to be at ease. So your mantra or count in emptiness next time you get there. I am all light. Inhale the same length. I am vibrantly healthy. Pause in the fullness. I am joyful gratitude. Let go on that exhale. I am courageous creativity. And again, pause on that exhale or on that emptiness. Breathe your mantra or your count. You can use any of mine. But it's nice to stick with one mantra and really get that truth awakened within you. Holding the emptiness, breathing the inhale, holding the fullness, breathing the exhale. And just about 2 minutes of this will really help to affect a place of ease, yet energized. Maybe just do another round or 2. You could follow any breath to just release any efforting. Continue to feel the mantra resonating. And rest in the spacious awareness while you just observe yourself being breathed without any efforting. Lifing itself, flowing in and out of form, receiving, letting flow. Notice whatever arises in your perception. Allow it to just flow into the stream of breath. If the mind gets very busy, just repeat your mantra. Imagine extraneous thoughts, just vibration that dissolves with the vibration of the mantra. Rest or meditate as long as you're able. And thank you for your presence and your practice. Thank you. Hope to see you again soon.